really want all of you to know more about her, how she made it possible from starting at a point where she was anxious to a point where she bends the reality according to her with the power of her thoughts and energy. Welcome, Prerna. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, Sukriti. It is great to be here. And the journey has been very, very enriching with you and with the community itself. And I really feel that I'm a changed person now. So this started last year. It's been almost an year to this transformation. And what I was earlier, I can see a drastic change. Not just me, my surroundings, my people, my friends, those who know me, they can see the difference in me. So it's only for better. And I really thank you to hold my hand during this journey.
I'm honored and grateful that you trusted me, because I remember the first call that we had. I told you clearly that you yourself will say that this is the best decision that you have made. And I think you have just said it in some other words, but you have said it that it's the best decision that you had made. So yeah.
And I it's so difficult to put in words what I went through. And it's not that I'm pitying myself or, that it's a negative thing that, you go through certain emotions, you go through a low phase. It's a part and parcel of life. Like it could happen to anyone. But if there is somebody to show you the right way in the most understanding way, in the most simplest of words, then what else do you need? And I really think that everybody should have some some person to talk to, wherein they know that, okay, if we do this, then they can get us introduced to our own self. So I just got introduced to myself. So that is the best thing that happened.
Yes, absolutely. Prerna, if I ask you, what was the biggest problem that you were facing before joining the program?
So Sukriti, my mental space was completely haywire. I was getting in a loop. I was inviting the same trend in my life wherein I was empathetic, wherein I was just getting carried away with my emotions. I was not taking a pause. I was not taking, there is, so I read it recently somewhere and I could relate it to myself. And it's by a very renowned psychiatrist from Austria. His name is Frank Viktor Frankl. I read it somewhere. There's a quotation from him with he says that between the stimulus and the reaction is a space, is a small space.
Yes.
Where lies our power to response. So if I get stimulated and before that reaction, there is a very small space. So if I just be there in that space, there lies my response to there lies my power to response. And it could be for my growth, it could be for my, something that will not work in my favor. So when I read that quotation, I could instantly relate it to my life, that when I before joining you, what I was there was no space left for thinking. So I would just get stimulated and I would just take action, and it would result into something that was an act of desperation most of the time. So I was not taking a pause. When I joined you, I came to know what I want, what I really want, who I am, and where and what attitude do I carry, what aura do I carry, and what power do I have. So I started working on myself. Then I used to think that, okay, fine, I don't need to get stimulated by each and everything, by each and every situation. Sometimes it's okay to just let go. Sometimes it's okay to not smile at something. Sometimes it's okay not to give response. And there lied my freedom to choose. So I chose that.
Right. That's the biggest thing that everybody should learn, right? When we are in desperation mode, we tend to react. But when we stop, take a pause, and take a step back, we respond.
Yes.
So that's the difference, though it's not evident for people who don't know the difference behind it, how to respond and how to react. But of course, you and me know that what is the difference between reaction and respond, because we both have gone through that phase where we used to react and then we started responding. And response is better than reaction, right? Because that helps you create a reality that you want, not what is happening around.
Absolutely. And it's a journey, it's a lifelong journey. It's not that I don't make mistakes now, but at least I think about myself first. I think about my surroundings. More so, I think about my own temperament, my own happiness, my own peace. So when I think about it, I find that a lot of things are not worth giving energy to.
Right.
Sometimes you should just, let it go.
Absolutely.
Those things which are of
Between
importance.
getting good, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then there are a lot of questions still to be answered, and I do get the answers from the universe. So that way, I'm blessed that I'm more connected to my energies, to my aura, and things are getting delivered.
Yes, absolutely. So if I ask you, Prerna, why did you choose to work with me and not somebody else?
So, Sukriti, when I joined you, I remember my first call with you. It was such a simple call. And why I got connected with, I'll be very honest with you. You did not come across as a person who's, you are a professional though, but still, there was this connect which uh, like the girl next door kind of a connect that I instantly had with you. And the best part about you was that there were no inhibitions. You were like the way you are. You were not trying to be something, you were not trying to portray something to be, and you were not attracting any person and not getting desperate to attract somebody. So you were what you are. And I think people do take these small little hints from body language, from the way you would speak, your eye contact, what you are trying to say, your listening ability. These things go a long way. And for me, it was like that one clarity call. I vented out so much. You being a stranger, you didn't know me, I didn't know you. It was a virtual meeting, first meeting, and still something got connected. I think it was all meant to be.
Yes, absolutely. I always tell this to everybody that, we don't cross each other's path for nothing, right? Definitely, I have something to learn from you, like the stories that you have told us about your life, the changes, how you manifest certain things. It's quite inspiring, not just because I am a coach. Sometimes I also need inspiration from people around me, right? And that's when I look up to people in my community. On the days that I am feeling low, I look around and I see that people are doing good. I am contributing to somebody's life, right? And that is my way of motivating myself, that on days I'm not feeling as if I'm worth it, I look around and I'm like, no, it's just a temporary doubt that I'm having on myself, right? So it's
Mhm.
very important. You have said it very correctly. It's very important to see if you are connected with that person, because on these things, in these matters, you don't need somebody to teach you. You need somebody who can handhold you, who can let you be yourself, but also show you the path that is correct for you.
Right.
Yes, you
And
have it really in a correct way.
And Sukriti, one thing that I really liked about being in the community, and when you come on the call, you really give everybody a chance to speak. And I have always noticed one thing that, and I would really like to praise you on this, that I have never seen you giving answers on that you did the right thing. This is how it should be done. Women, stuff like women empowerment. You should fight for your rights. Nothing of that sort. You have always treated everybody like a soul, like a person, like we all come with our own imperfections, and you've always shown the right way to approach things. It's not about that. You have not put in your own biases into it. Like just yesterday, when somebody asked you a question that this person that two people having argument, they start with some conversation, they get into an argument. So your response was that it's always good to have a different perspective to any situation. You didn't go ahead and say that nahi aisa nahi hona chahiye and this is how it should be. And you, some people give guidances in a very biased way that you are a woman and you should fight for this that. A lot of people say that, but I like the approach wherein you are neutral to the person, to the gender, and you would say the right things in the long run, what is going to benefit the person. And also, this entire this entire journey is all about our own self. We can work for our own self, and
Yes,
when you do
that
that, everybody, it's a win-win situation for us, it's a win-win situation for everybody around us.
absolutely, absolutely. Like you said that, it's very important to be a neutral person because we are not perfect. Everybody's trying to be perfect. We are striving for perfection, right? And it's good to strive for perfection, but it's also good to know that it's okay, we can make mistakes. And just like we are making mistakes, somebody else is also making mistakes, right? And that puts us in a situation where we can look out at others with compassion, with kindness, that it's okay if we are making mistake, that person is also making a mistake. And if we have a chance to correct our mistakes, let us give that chance to somebody else as well. So you have said it. I mean, the nuggets that you're sharing in this interview, it's going to help so many people because most of the time we are so much, though it's a self journey, self exploration, a lot of people don't look at it from a healthy perspective. They become egoistic, that it's all about me. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to make mistakes, which is not a healthy way to live. You will make
Yes.
mistakes, people will hate you, but how you respond describes who you are, right? So these are the things that we learn inside the program, which you have mentioned. But I have another question, that what was the best part about the program which helped you, which worked for you?
The entire program, right from the start till the end, all the modules, everything that you spoke in the fashion that you spoke, I, for me, I always say this, that I was so ignorant of so many other I always, we all hear so many things about morality, like, people often, we read about moral lessons everywhere. Be positive, you should not do anything that should hurt anyone, and you should always help others, and if you do good things will happen to you. But how much do we practice? We just are, this is like a daily struggle for us, that we get up, we go to office, we do so many things, we come across our families, we take them for granted, they take us for granted, and so many things, stuff happens. And so many times the low phase also takes you for a toll. But then out of this, what is our internal talk with us? So when I joined you, I started doing work on my own self. I started talking to myself. Each and every module, each and every learning that I was going through every day, literally I एक वो बोलते हैं ना शिद्दत से किया मैंने. So I did it with my utmost loyalty towards, and I really believed in in this journey. When you said that, do you trust yourself, I said no. In the first call I said no, which is a very big thing to say, that I don't trust myself. That means I can't take the first step. I don't trust myself taking the next step in my life. So imagine what kind of a situation I was in, that I couldn't trust myself. And then you went ahead and said that, do you trust me? And I just said yes, that today I trust you. I have been so vulnerable in sharing each and every input of my life. And yes, I do trust you. And you said, okay, fine, then you do what what is okay, I will you said something like, okay, fine, you just go through it, and that's it. And once you go through it, I'm sure it will make a huge difference. And I believed in it, and I
Yeah.
was excited to go about it.
Yeah.
It was, I never had any doubt about it. I had never heard of anyone. I never was on YouTube or nothing. And after going through your the course, then I started reading about stuff because I was naturally curious to know more.
Yeah.
But I still knew through you whatever I wanted to know. It was good enough for me. It was complete, it was wholesome. Everything is there.
Yes, absolutely. I have created the program with a mindset that it has worked for me and it is going to work for others as well. Reason being that I had same struggles like you. At one point, I was also in a place where I couldn't trust myself, right? Maybe at that time, God sent somebody else in my life who made me believe in myself. And probably I didn't trust myself like you didn't. I trusted that person, right?
Yeah.
We all are walking each other home. That's the whole crux of it. That I could help you because you were ready to take that help. There are a lot of people who need help, but they're not ready to ask for help. They're not ready to surrender to the process. That yes, if you have already covered the journey from A to B, I'm sure you can help me. So yeah, that's very important for people to know that yes, it worked for you because you were on the same page as I was. I was ready to help you and you were ready to take that help. So amazing.
Totally agree. So
Yeah.
my mind was so full of mess. I didn't know what to do. I was getting carried away. I was getting emotional. I was inviting the usual trends in my life, the usual people in my life, and I was done with it. I there came a point wherein I just didn't know what to do. And that is the point when you don't know what to do, anxiety takes place in you. And that anxiety was so high that it had become physical for me. I started having pains in my chest, in my gut. So that is when I just thought that no, I never even thought. I just cried that night and morning I saw your message. And since then my mental field is so clear, it's white. There is not even a stain in my mental field. I keep it clear. I keep thinking about what I learned and I keep implementing it.
Right. That is the
And
right
anybody
way
can
because
do this.
learning alone cannot change your life. Implementing can.
Yes, and when I saw so many things happening miraculously in my life, I started believing in it. Earlier, I was having doubts. Oh, how is this happening? Oh, yes, this is happening. Oh my God, this has happened. It was like that. And
Can you
then
share that with
slowly,
us? Some instances of such miraculous, situations.
so earlier, these were like small little experiments I was doing that, can you show me a certain friend or you show me a certain animal? So these things started happening with me. And then a lot of coincidences, a lot of signals were shown by, you can call God, Almighty, Universe, Shakti, any name you can give. But it worked, it was working in my favor. Whatever I was asking in the right frame of mind, it was getting delivered. But I always kept that faith. Faith is very important. Faith is so important for a medicine to also work on your body. So
Right.
when I kept the faith that this thing will happen, it just happens. And even now, I keep practicing it. And also, imagination really worked for me. So I imagine, I literally imagine with my senses, with my own mental capacity, I imagine certain things and I really release a lot of. So when my aura and when my being was cleansed, mentally, when I was cleansed, that is when things were coming in my favor. Every now and then some miracle would happen. I have thought about it and it was getting manifested. And these are like small little things. Sometimes I was even, I was worrying that, I should not ask for so much, let me take a break. So I had doubt about it. "Nahi, zyada mang liya." But then now I think it's a way of life.
Right.
So
Desires, till the time you have desires, you are living. When you don't have any desires, there is no life. So it's good to ask for more. It's like attracting more abundance in your life. And
Right. There are times
yeah,
there are times when you do feel low because of certain people or situation created by your own self or by people. It takes you just take a back seat, feel it that yes, this has happened, and the only option I feel left is that you work upon it, you revisit that entire situation, and probably you should not, if you know where you've been wrong, you just rectify it next time and just let it go,
uh,
because I have realized that we can't be perfect.
there is no perfection. We are human beings. I mean, we are spiritual beings in human body, and human body is not perfect. If human is perfect, that person is, divine in herself or himself, right? So God can be perfect, humans can't. And we are striving for perfection so that we can adopt that divinity within us, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's what is the purpose of life is for all of us, right? And I know that you have manifested a lot of things. You have manifested promotion, you have manifested house. So how does it feel to manifest all these things?
I
Because
feel
personally you
I,
have
I
kept.
I feel like, I'm just climbing a mountain, and I'm crossing each and every camp. Like if you see Mount Everest, there are like couple of camps. You go to the base camp, you start your journey, then you go through some hurdles, then you learn from it, you cross another camp, you take rest for a while, then again you climb, you keep climbing. So I think this is how life is. Like you keep coming, hurdles and troubles are a part and parcel of life, you have to accept them. It's how, what your attitude is. I think the freedom lies in the attitude. That is the biggest element of freedom, is the attitude that you carry in any given situation.
Absolutely.
And it could be a near death experience. It's about your attitude, how you take that situation to be. It's
Right.
very difficult to come to uh, come to that point to experience it, but at the same time, those people who have conquered the most difficult situations, it's all because of their attitude in
Absolutely.
that given situation. And we all look up to people who have great attitudes in life.
Right.
We
And
don't
I
look up
look up
to.
to you for that because you have climbed through all these camps and you are reaching the top. So I want to know, how does it feel, because you had started at a bottom space, right? You were crying on the first call, and today you are giving me a case study interview. So after all these achievements, because you have achieved so much, that's why you're here, how does it feel personally, that what personal changes have you felt within yourself, the feelings, or probably when you sit with yourself, what is the self talk that you do with yourself?
Okay, so I practice daily like 2-3 minutes of uh, just sitting idle, not doing anything, just being in that, just being in this world, like in this space. And when I do that, I don't know, it feels so meditative. It feels as if some element of euphoria is there in my body. I feel euphoric. And when I do that, and when I think about, and then I keep, my self talk is to just uh, bring more positivity and wisdom in my life. Of course, wealth, health, success, it's always going to be there. But I think the virtue of being wise is the first and foremost element that everyone should seek for.
Right, absolutely. Because when you are happy, when you are at peace, that's when things start happening for you, right?
Yes.
You don't put a lot of efforts, but things start falling up in your life, that okay, this is happening, this is happening, okay, now this is also happening. So that is
Yeah.
what I think you have also gone through, where you said that okay, I was so surprised, okay, this has happened, this is how it is happening, it has already happened. So this is what exactly happens with everybody, if you are at peace and if you are in the moment. So of course this is one of the best points that you have mentioned for anybody who is listening or going to listen to this, that just being in a day, not doing anything, just being in the moment can actually change your life, and faster than you can imagine. So I hope that people start implementing it and change their life with this one wisdom point that you have shared with us. And let's say, Prerna, that you had not joined this program. Where do you think you would have been today?
Oh, I would have been putting my mind into over analyzing things, into overthinking, about dissecting the whole situation and not coming out with any result. And that's what I was doing. And then I was cribbing a lot. I was not enjoying the moment. If I'm driving, I would crib. If I'm stuck in a situation, I would crib. So I started just accepting that this is how it is. Like, situations can turn around in your favor, it would not be in your favor, and this thing is going to be there. So you might as well just be in the moment, accept it, and just move on. So that is what my biggest learning is, that don't keep over analyzing and put your mind and focus to cribbing, being negative. It doesn't work. Those things then multiply. So might as well I be positive. I keep my self-talk positive. I invite things that I want to invite, and it happens. So it's a win-win for me.
Absolutely. Because when you are in the moment, you have accepted something, some situation, and then you are deciding what do you want next. Right. So that's how you are creating your own reality, the next step that you want. But when you are cribbing, you are actually again creating your own reality and attracting more of such situations, people who will make you crib even more.
And
So
that situation is not going to improve even after cribbing.
absolutely.
Venting it out with with verbal communication, with words, how is it going to help? You just enjoy. I mean, you just accept it. You just feel it that ठीक है ये चीज हो गई है. This is how it is. Okay, fine. I'm in this situation. What else can I do? I can just give my best shot to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how people should look towards certain situations. But of course, me and you are in a different zone right now, mentally, physically, financially, and in all aspects, spiritually also. But there are a lot of people who are still learning all these things, how to not react but respond to the situations. How can we just accept something which is not what we want? So yeah, we can understand both the perspectives, both the sides of the coin, that if you have not gone through that, you cannot understand this perspective as well. So it's equally important, but you don't need to stay stuck at that place where you are just cribbing and thinking, why is it happening with me? Why my situation is not changing? Why people are moving ahead? Why am I not moving ahead? So all these questions helps you stay stuck in the same situation. So I'm
And
sure.
also, Sukriti, yes, you rightly put it in words. And also, I guess, dependency. What I learned from the course was uh, that who you are is what I mean. You can make your own self and be independent,
Yes. And
because
that's how
you
you
don't need to
attract the
be
people who,
dependent.
who are not dependent on you and putting their pressure on you. You will also
Yeah, and
get people who are self-dependent and who are just coming halfway to meet you and celebrate life.
also when in my so before that my transformation, I was so dependent on happiness. If this thing happened, then only I'll be happy. If I meet this person, if I date this person, then only I will be happy. Oh, this is the best partner that I have, that I should have, you know. And then attracting just about people who are not even aligned to my energy, and even I was not aligned to their energy. Yes, because I was not aligned with my own energies.
Absolutely. Yes. You
So,
have said it right. Because who
and
we
I was
are is
so
what we
dependent on
attract.
people. Sorry.
Who we are is what we attract, right? If we are not
Exactly.
aligned with ourselves, we will attract people who are not aligned with themselves as well, who are misaligned. And eventually we are misaligned with each other as well.
Correct, correct. And when you are aligned with yourself, you don't need to be dependent on anybody. Yes, that person would be in your life, but that doesn't mean that your happiness and everything is dependent on his or her task. You know, you are what you are. You are an individual. And I remember you once saying that we all are different souls. We all are here as different souls, and we are here for a purpose. but then we have to see our own growth. And that is where our happiness lies, in our own growth, in our own mental space.
Right, right. So I remember I said that not different souls, but I said that we are same souls in different bodies.
Same goal.
And we are
Yes,
trying to meet our own selves, and everybody is on a different, tangent in that journey, right? Not everybody can be as the same, can be at the same place as you are right now, because they are still figuring out the answers that you have already got the answers for, right? So that I remember I said that, yes.
yes,
And that is
yes.
what it is. At core, we all are one. We all stay happy with the same things. We all stay sad with the same things, right?
Yes, yes.
That's how we all are one. But our experiences makes us different. Our experiences tells us that, how awakened we are. So that is
Correct. Correct.
what it is. The purpose of life is to connect with our own selves, to come back to our true self. Because of the karmas that we have done in the past lives, we are in a different situation. We are not aligned with our own higher self. The more we,
Correct.
clear our own karmas by being a good person, by connecting with our own self through self exploration or different ways, that's when we, meet our higher self. And that's when we become our divine powers that we have within us. So, this is again one of the main things that people should learn, that, the purpose of life is to meet our own self. Other things are just materialistic. Other things are just mattering till the time you are alive in this body. But our soul is ever present. It's omnipresent. It cannot die. It can only be transitioned from one body to another. So you
I
have
totally
to take
agree.
actions from the soul level, not from the human mind. And which is why a lot of people suffer in their life, because they are more connected with their human side and not spiritual side.
Correct, correct. And also, injustice should also be accepted as a part of life. So many times, uh, certain things happen. There is no logic to it. There is no reasoning to it. You don't get a closure, and we feel like, "यार ये injustice हो गया." This injustice. Why with me? But then it happens. There is no answer to certain things. It just happens, and you should. And that's why I think we
There
have
are
stories.
answers if you look beyond the situation.
Correct,
Right.
correct.
If
In a
you are in a
in a layman's life, we always see, oh no, this is not. But yes, when you change your perspective, there is always an answer to it.
yes, because nothing happens for bad. Everything happens for good. Sometimes we are
Right.
asking for something which is not good for us, but the universe knows that this is not good for us. And that's how it turned out to be a messed situation. But it is not actually a messed situation. It has worked in our favor. And we need a different perspective, a different level of awareness to look at it from that perspective. And most of the people, 99.99% people, just stay stuck in that situation according to what they are seeing. They are not considering the possibility of what they are not seeing, right?
Correct.
So it's always beyond what you see.
Like it's like the two sides of a coin.
Absolutely,
It's like it will always have two sides to it. But sometimes we just see one side. So
absolutely.
it takes maturity and wisdom to also know about the other side. And
Absolutely.
to
And
take
the more you
things
know yourself, the more you get to know about these things, and you start understanding these things. And that's how you end suffering from your life. Even if things are not working out in your favor, you know that this is for something higher purpose and
correct.
for something better than this. So not everybody can understand it until and unless they have worked on themselves, right? You and me can speak about it, relate to it, because we have worked on ourselves, right? But people who are just stuck in their physical reality, in their 3D they call it, they cannot look beyond that, and that's why they are not growing. So I had to mention it that if you really want to grow in life and want your life to be happy and remove all the sufferings, stop relying on your current reality. Know that there is something better out there, and it can come to you only when you are in the receiving.
Correct. I absolutely agree with you on that. And it does happen. It gets delivered. Whatever you put out, it if you put out something like a negative thought, it will get manifested. If you put out a positive thoughts, it will get manifested.
Ab-
Like I think the universe doesn't know what is positive or negative. It just knows what you want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with this, we have come towards the end of our interview. And I have just one last question with you that, maybe somebody is watching you who is on the fence of working with me. What is that one message you would like to give them from your own experience and perspective?
I would like to just say one thing, that it's very difficult to find a guru. If you get a guru, then you are really blessed. We read a lot about things written here and there. We read stories since our childhood, but somebody who can just hold your hand and show you the right way and introduce yourself to your own self, your own energies, then you've got a guru. And I am really thankful to you, Sukriti, that you have always answered my questions. And I have always, whenever I have tried looking for answers, I've always got it, either through you or through some other entity, but at least I have got it. And my journey started when I joined you. So it's very important to get to find a guru. And I really wish everyone finds a guru like I found in you.
I'm
And there, yes,
happy and
there's a long
grateful
way
that
to go. There's a long way to go, and I really want to learn more things. And with each community call with you, I learn, I get to know more about the other side of the coin. So thank you so much for that.
I'm feeling so blessed and overwhelmed also because, you know, it's difficult to trust somebody, right? And things worked out for you faster because you believed in me. I believed in myself. I know what I'm doing, but you believed in me when you couldn't believe in yourself, right? That is the biggest turnaround in your life, that, you believed somebody when you couldn't believe in yourself, right? There are a lot of people who are in the same situation as you are, where, they don't trust their own decisions, where they have a lot of fear, where they don't know what are the answers to their questions and if they are going to get it or not. But the first thing and foremost thing, when you find any person, be it friend, family, or any coach, any guru, you name anything to it. But the first thing is surrender. Believe in that person, believe in that situation, that there is something that is there for your growth. And I am so happy that you gave me this chance to help you and become a part of your journey, because it's a privilege for me to be a part of your journey, where I have seen you at A, and today I'm so proud to say that you change your reality like this. You are no more in that situation where you are cribbing, where you don't get challenges on everyday basis. You do get the challenges on daily basis, but you know how to change your reality. You know what is the difference between a reaction and a response. It has become a part of your lifestyle. It's on autopilot because you have worked on yourself. Whatever resources, whatever calls we had, I told you something and you implemented it. You believed in me that whatever she's saying, it is coming from the right source. So that is very important in anybody's
Very
growth.
important.
And
Yes.
with this, I'm really, really grateful to you for giving me your time and letting me interview you, because with this, a lot of lives are gonna change. And I know that people are gonna come back and, write comments on this, that, they have learned a lot of things through your interview itself. Forget about working with me or not, but this interview will change a lot many lives. And that's the whole point of taking these interviews, to tell the people that, whatever situation they are in today, that's temporary. If they take action, they can be at the same situation at you are, same place as you are right now. So nothing is impossible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Supriti. I'm really honored, and I think the right things happened at the right time. You met me at the very at a stage of my life wherein I really needed somebody's support, and I just found you at the right time. And things have, each and every situation in my life has changed. So I would, whoever is listening to this podcast, to this interview, I would like to tell them that please believe in yourself. Everything is about belief, your own belief system and faith. So these two things, these two elements in life are going to take you to any height that you have ever wished for. Any manifestation that you have ever wished for, it will be delivered. Just believe in yourself, know yourself, and just channelize your energies into your own belief system. Get introduced to yourself.
Absolutely, because we all have these powers and these potentials within us. Thank
Yes.
you so
And
much,
also
Prerna.
positive,
Yeah.
just last thing, also positive self-talk. That is very important.
Yes. Yes, it is very important. But how to change that? It's a step-by-step procedure. You cannot be so hard on yourself that you expect yourself to change overnight. No, that's not possible. A lot of people expect too much from themselves that, I am thinking positive. Why are results not there? It's because you are too attached to the outcome. You're not working on yourself. You are working for the sake of something else. And that is not
Also, you have to release your baggages also that
yes,
you've been carrying from your past. That is,
absolutely.
once that is unloaded, that is when you make space, your vessel is ready, you make space for your field, and then things, you can attract it in a jiffy.
Absolutely.
So
That's
it's
well.
possible for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, Prerna. Thank you so much again. And I wish you all the best. May you achieve a lot more things than this because you know your powers, right? There is nothing called, am I asking too much? Because the world, the universe is full of abundance and the universe is ready to give you. You just need to ask for it, right? To everybody who's watching me right now, if you wish to go ahead and book a call with me to know how we can work together, you can just click on the link which is mentioned in the description and book a call with me. We will discuss about your goals, what is holding you back, and how we can fix it together on the call. Thank you so much, Prerna.
Thank you, Sukriti. Thanks a lot.